Good morning, January 11th, 2021, and we have a Saturday special. Not only are we going to do today's prompt magazine, but we are also going to do the 25th prompt, modern. If you're new here, you're kind of stepping into the middle of a two-page spread. If you're old here, then you remember from a couple of days ago where we started this comparison between some of the beautiful architecture of the past and why we don't decorate that way anymore when we build houses. So after trimming yesterday our blank page, today we're going modern, and I scanned two versions of the same subdivision because I didn't know if I wanted the magazine version or if I wanted a sepia tone version for extra drama. So we'll find out what I chose. Either way, whether you're new here or you're back for another round of paper crafting mess making, I'm glad to have you. And I appreciate the fact that you stopped by to watch me maybe make a disaster, maybe not. We're just coming to the end of Junk Journal January, the first week, and it is a challenge to paper crafters or aspiring junk journal makers or just curious people to make a junk journal page per day and create your own junk journal. I am combining prompts, so I will not be posting every day. Not all of my prompts are combined, but it just so worked out this way that for the last couple of days I've done combined prompts, and that's totally fine. In this challenge there are no rules, and you can jump in at any time. It's not too late. There are tons and tons and tons of videos on how to make a junk journal. I have a January junk journal playlist. I also have a master reference journal playlist and a FindMe junk journal. All of those playlists have different ways to make junk journals. I chose for this competition an accordion fold journal, and each page was put together end to end with paper tape and a few pieces of washi tape here and there. Then I decided I wanted to modify that and make a tab binding, and so I've done that as well. That's why you see under my left hand there's a big gap between sections, because directly under my left hand is one section that was made by putting papers end to end with paper tape, and the section I'm actually working on under my right hand was just a collage piece, one long collage piece that I made about 5 inches high and about 6.5 inches wide, and then I cut it down to 4 by 6 so it fits in my covers. What you just saw me doing is taking a sgraffito tool and making lines so I can cut around the tabs so they remain showing, and now I'm cutting on those marks. Sgraffito tool is actually from ceramics, but other people call them dotting tools, and all they are is a stylus with a ball point. And the lines on this are pretty hard to see, so I struggle with it a little bit, and I make a cut that is a little bit unfortunate, but I sort of fix it a little bit later on. Skipping ahead, and we're ready to glue this image down. And I'm using Fabri-Tac because I need it to go down and stay down where I put it due to the fiddliness of cutting spaces for those tabs so they're still visible. Jumping forward again, because I had to cut out a loud rumbly car, I am just hitting the corners and the edges here to make sure that the image stays down. And then we're going to add some photo corners, and we're going to make this look like a photograph from, somebody's house in their neighborhood, kind of like, in a photo album. So here's one of our photo corners down, and we're going to put them on 3 corners. The bottom corner near my left hand is a little bit problematic, and I'm still debating in my head whether I'm going to put a photo corner there or not. And instead of slipping the image into the little photo corner like you normally would in a photo album, I am just gluing these down with good old Fabri-Tac right on top of the image and trying to keep them lined up so they don't end up wonky. And that works for 3 of the 4 corners. And I think I pull out my ruler at some point and even line them up a little bit better so that it appears like a photo in a photo album. Now, some of the backstory on how I came up with this, for those of you who didn't see the video where I did a couple of prompts on the left-hand page, is that I was a little stumped on embossed. I had hand embossed handmade paper that I couldn't find, and I had to go searching through all my stuff. Finally found it, and then remembered that I had seen a video about why we don't decorate with fancy, house decorations, cove moldings, and, that kind of thing. So that got me thinking about this image that I saw with modern houses. And so this 2-page spread, for those of you who are new, is showing the contrast between the fancy things that we used to have decorating our homes, Victorian gingerbread or key moldings or cove moldings or what have you, versus the cookie cutter subdivisions of modern life. So that's what we're finishing up in this 2-page spread. Now, in the end, I did put another photo corner down, even though, it's kind of a weird illusion. But then I haul out the washi tape. Now, that roll of washi tape that I'm fishing out, the first image on there is a potion bottle that is labeled Nightshade, and honestly, that kind of would have been a funny thing to put in the corner, but I actually peeled it off and I found one that says books, and I chose that one instead. It kind of was 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, whether I should put the image over the hinges, the tab hinges, whether I should cut the image shorter or do something wacky like I did to compensate for that cutout corner. Really didn't make any difference in the end. And now we're ready for our final shot. Here's the final shot for today's video, covering 2 prompts, magazine and modern, and I will pull the camera back and show you the 2-page spread that covered, 5 or 6 prompts. On the left, we have old-fashioned things, fancy embossing, antique frames, and that kind of thing. On the right, I added a sentiment that says creativity takes courage, and I totally believe that. because I didn't plan to do, 2 or 3 videos that covered 5 or 6. From here out, I'm going to really try to just stick to one prompt per page. Maybe. Thanks for joining me. God bless you. See you real soon.